All right. Let's start off by saying Barak Yahawah, Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rawchaa Qadash. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is The Enemy Behaving Strangely. I'm here joined with Elder Yahawah. You know, we're over here at, you know, Side Lake Park. You know, and we just, you know, were talking earlier, and the brother Yashalom from the New York camp has sent me some information, and you know, we're gonna kind of, Lord's will, see if we can fit it in there. But what you see happening right now, that since the truth has been brought out, you know, these devils are starting to talk about certain things that they never spoke about before. Like, one of the main things they're talking about is Esau and Edom, and how they're not around, or if they are around, they're the so-called Arabs, and they're these people, they're those people. You know, I mean, there's all kind of madness going on. Like, every time you hit these devils with truth, they come up with all other kind of madness to try to debunk it.
Right, I guess.
Bring it.
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and 28. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which have been so long without fruit shall be declared.
Right, and that's what we see happening right now. You know, the truth is being declared, and it's killing all these different lies. That's why scriptures say that we casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi. Because that's mainly what it is these devils are trying to hide the truth of who we are.
Right.
You know, like, you, no matter how many facts you hit them with, no matter how many scriptures you hit them with, they're still going to deny it. You know, because that was what was set up in the spirit, that we would not be recognized as the people of the Most High. You know, we are already not recognized as anybody significant, but how dare you say that you're the people of God? You know, that you're the real Jews and all of that. You know.
Right.
You got more?
2nd Esdras 6 and 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched.
Right. Evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. So remember, outside of the sword, these devils' one of their main gifts or blessings is deceit. And that's how they got the world under wraps where it's at. That's why in Job 9:24 it says, you know, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Because who did that? Because the main judge of the earth is who? The Most High, Yahawashi. You know, you have the Israelites, so on and so forth. And they covered that up by putting their faces up, because they had a transition of world from Jake ruling, you know, and being the dominant power, to Esau ruling and becoming the dominant power.
Right.
So if you're ruling and becoming the dominant power, of course you can't have pictures of your enemy, the ones that you conquered, as being these great people who you took down. So obviously you either going to take their pictures down and put yours up, or if you're going to keep their pictures up, you're going to deface them.
Right.
To what's called iconoclasm.
Right.
Want to say something?
Well, yeah, and also, you know, he covered the faces of the judges by setting up a wicked system of justice on earth. The true judges, the way that this earth is supposed to be governed and operated is, you know, through the law, statutes, and commandments. Esau, Edom, with his rulership, he's basically set up a perverse system of governance. And it's led to, you know, lies, you know, roaming free as the dominant, you know, understanding of what history is, who nations are. It's everything's been convoluted and polluted. And with this word being given unto the Israelites in these latter days, it's starting to be overcome, and our enemy is starting to react to these various different things that we're bringing out. Don't think for 1 minute that Esau's comfortable. You know?
Nah. Matter of fact, he said, the Lord said he will set them in order before their eyes. But go to Isaiah 60. You know, Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 1.
Sprinkling all of a sudden.
Yeah, but you know, see.
Isaiah 60 and...
So you can start at 1.
All right, Isaiah 60 and 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come.
Right, and that's speaking to the Israelites, and mainly to the elect of the nation of Israel. So it said, arise and shine, for thy light is come.
Right.
Why? Because we were in the midst of darkness at one time.
Right.
Now the Lord is bringing this light, which is his truth, to shine upon the world. And like Yahawashi said, because Yahawashi said, I am the light. Right. But then before he left, in his speech to the disciples, he told them that you are the light of the world.
Right.
You know, so they will have to carry on that torch, which we still have to this very day. Barak Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi.
Right.
You have the wise virgins and the foolish virgins. But go ahead.
Right. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahawah is risen upon thee.
Right, and the glory of Yahawah has risen upon thee. So this knowledge, which is a representation of Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi, and that spirit, the Holy Spirit, you know, the Rawchaa Qadash, has risen upon us, to where now we no longer are in that, you know, slave mentality anymore. You know, we've risen to a rulership type mentality, although we're still in captivity, in exile. You know? Go ahead.
For behold, darkness shall cover the earth.
Right, darkness shall cover the earth. Go ahead.
And gross darkness the people.
Gross darkness to people, because pretty much the people have been in gross darkness for a long period of time. Remember, ever since the Renaissance,
right,
these devils have covered the earth with their bullshit.
Right.
You know, they've covered up the faces. You know, they've destroyed the images, the frescoes, you know, the statues, you know, the different paintings,
right,
you know, of our forefathers, of who the Heavenly Fathers, and they came with their own brand of so-called art, which is blasphemy,
right,
you know, and painting themselves as being these celestial beings,
right,
you know?
Right, and now they're trying to create their own intelligence.
Oh, Lord.
They're trying to create artificial intelligence, basically artificial wisdom, you know, which is boasting themselves up against Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi. So that's all this devil. That's why it says in 2 Thessalonians, he comes to do the bidding of Satan, which means adversary.
Right.
So everything he pushes is adverse and contrary to what is true.
Right. And that's exactly what it is. He opposes and exalts himself against all that's called the Lord. So anything that you see that has anything to do with righteousness, they being the wicked, created to be the wicked, they're going to go totally against that. May you do good that are accustomed to doing evil. Right, right. Was there more on that?
Right. But Yahawah shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
Right. And now go to the Isaiah 25:7. You know? So the glory of the Lord is being seen upon us. Because remember, the Lord told these devils that he will set them in order. He will set us in order before their eyes. And this is what we see, is the great awakening of the truth flourishing and blossoming once again. Don't worry about it. It's just Satan. Flourishing and blossoming once again, you know, and they're getting nervous. So in order for them, see, because Esau's not used to being dictated to. Esau's not used to the truth coming out. He's used to, you know, controlling the narrative on all levels, you know. But now that it's out of their hands to control it, now they're coming up with all different types of, and that's why Yahawashi said, if at all possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Right. You know, as a matter of fact, I want to read this because I want to say Salaki, man. I wanted to read some of them scriptures off the comment board last night at the live show, you know, at the camp. But it was so much fire going on, I couldn't get a chance to get them in.
It's hard to get in there.
Yeah, but the brother KDC said, I put 2 Corinthians 2:11 in NLT. It says, so that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes. And another brother last night had put the definition for the word trap, and I believe this same brother here put this same scripture last night, which I wanted to read, but I wasn't able to, you know. But that's what's happening, you know. But these devils believe that they are getting nervous. Right. The Lord said they will have an exceeding great army, and these devils would get nervous.
They would get nervous.
You want to say something?
Well, it says they are wearied in the multitude of their counsels in Isaiah 47. When you look up that word wearied, it goes as to they're in haste. You know, they're in straits because they only have a short time, according to prophecy. When we woke up, all right, from the time point that we woke up in the 60s to salvation, that was the end of Esau's shit. You know, so us waking up marks the end of Esau's world. So he's in the cahoots to try to establish this new world order, try to distort the truth, try to outlaw telling the truth. Yeah. You know, telling the truth is becoming, as it says in Isaiah 59, they that standeth for truth making themselves a prey. A prey, yeah. That's showing truth is going to be outlawed pretty soon. Yeah.
Hey, well, like the saying goes, in the time of universal deceit, telling the truth is considered a revolutionary act. Right. You know, and you know how these devils feel about revolutionary acts, things that go against them. They'll hit you with sedition. They'll hit you with, you know, treason and all kind of, you know, BS charges, you know, to pretty much shut you down.
Right, I got something for you.
Bring it up.
Isaiah 59:14 NLT. Our courts oppose the righteous, and justice is nowhere to be found. Truth stumbles in the streets, and honesty has been outlawed.
Right, honesty has been outlawed, and that's exactly what they're doing. Now get the one, it was at Nahum 1 and 3. You know, no, I'm sorry, Habakkuk, the first chapter.
Yep, I got you, I know what you're doing.
Yeah, you know, so truth is going to be outlawed in the streets, you know, because remember, in this time where they're in haste to get their agenda online, you know, they're going to be shutting down a lot of avenues of truth. You know, the main truth is this truth of the scriptures. That's why I said they shall persecute them that fear the Lord, but also any avenue of truth that exposes them, they're going to be, you know, shutting down. But you got it.
Right. So I'll read it in the NLT. Habakkuk 1 and 4, the law has become paralyzed and there is no justice in the courts because a wicked system of judgment has been set up in the earth.
That's right.
All right. The wicked far outnumber the righteous, so that justice has become perverted.
Yeah, justice has become perverted because it's crooked than from what it should be. You know, they have it in a situation to where, you know, as the scriptures say, woe to him, no, he that calleth evil good and good evil is abomination to the Lord, and that's pretty much what they're doing. Right. They're taking this whole narrative of evil and making it seem like it's cool and it's acceptable. Right. You know, and they're pushing that on the world. You know, and including these world leaders are drinking it up, just like the scripture prophesied they would. Right. That cup of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, you know, that this horror is putting upon the world. Right. You have something else? Okay. So
Isaiah 25.
Yeah, matter of fact, let's read that, and then after that we can't stay too long because it's starting to drizzle out here, but we're gonna fight through it.
Right. Isaiah 25 and 7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations.
Right. So the Lord said he's going to destroy that covering. This is what the word revelation means. This is what the word apocalypse means. You know, apo to send, and calypse is the veil, to send or peel the veil away. Revelation re is back, and veil is the veil. So to peel back the veil. You know, and that's what's happening right now. These devils are being revealed. That's what a revelation is. You know, and they being revealed by the truth. Matter of fact, since we read that, we might as well go to 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. You know, they're being revealed. And they're being revealed as not being genuine, as not being the people of the Most High, as being liars that have, you know, assimilated, you know, into a position or a place where they don't belong. And Lord's will, we're going to hit another precept in Deuteronomy to kind of tie that all together, but you got it.
Yep, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed.
And we're at that point right now, the wicked being revealed. So how do you reveal things? By bringing out the truth. Go ahead.
And that's fulfilled in his testimony. Because remember, he's a fugitive.
Yeah.
And the scriptures say they overcame them by the blood. They overcame him by the blood of Yahawashi and by the word of their testimony. So before a judgment goes out, a testimony has to be given against the accused. And out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses shall he that is worthy of judgment be put to death.
Right.
So it's this testimony that's going to lead to his sentence of 1,000 years of slavery and then obliteration.
That's right.
So he's doing everything in his power to miscredit the witness, you know, put her out there as some type of, you know, crazy, you know,
bugged out, you know, terrorists or whatever, whatever word they try to use to denigrate the truth. Because one thing that they do is, if a person is bringing out truth, if they can destroy the person's character, majority of people won't hear anything else they got to say. And that's what they're doing. That's what scriptures call it, the accuser of our brethren. You know, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're pushing, you know, this fake narrative so that they can be justified in coming against us. You know. Yep. That's why this anti-Sem sentiment is out there so heavy. Now all of a sudden, when this thing happened and this war happened, all kind of shit's happening around the world against them.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yep. And they're steady trying to link us to Islam.
Yep.
Muslims.
Yep.
You know, that's the narrative now.
Oh yeah.
You know? Because they're being revealed. So this is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Which are the prophets.
Right. And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Which is the missiles and the lasers from the chariots. And like the Spirit been having me say, don't be surprised that the Most High and the angels, Yahawashi and the angels, cause the elements to come together and fire to actually appear and just come down and destroy this place also, as it did through Sodom and Gomorrah. Don't be surprised if that happens too.
Right.
But that was it on that.
You don't want
you want? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Right. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders.
Right, because it's not Satan himself doing it. But even though the Lord gave him the power, he's using Esau to do his bidding. You know, so they're coming after that power.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Go ahead.
And that word for lying wonders is pseudos. Pseudoscience. It says a lie, conscience, and intentional falsehood. In a broad sense, whatever is not what it seems to be, perverse, impious, deceitful precepts.
That's right. And that's pretty much a deceitful precepts.
Pseudoscience.
Yeah, the pseudoscience, science falsely so-called, you know, this fake breakdown of this plantation / Renaissance Christianity. All of that, that's all a part of that pseudo science, the pseudo precepts. You know, they're making the world seem, because they're in power and they control everything, that if you don't get certified by them, then you're not, you know, you're not valid.
Right.
You have to be certified by these devils in order to be valid. You have to have a piece of paper to say that you can teach this. You are qualified to teach this. Right. When the Lord said that the wisdom of this world is foolishness with him. Right. You know? So why do we need your validation? When you lied to the whole world, you murdered the whole planet. Right. You deceived everybody. You know, but now you're gonna show the world what it is to be righteous.
Right. Sit at the seat of morality.
Right. That's what the scripture says. Shall the thorn of iniquity have fellowship with thee, who frameth mischief by a law? And that's all you've been doing, pushing your whole law, you know, your immoral laws upon the world.
Right.
You know.
Right. We're living at a time where we're witnessing the result of his rulership, and the earth is in a toxic state. The people are sick. The water's all messed up. Children aren't safe. So really it's time, and he ain't going to be able to wiggle himself out of this judgment. In times past, he's had a very good way of his subtlety to just talk his way out of it and be able to point the finger and change direction. But if you see what's happening in the earth, everything's honing in on him as the problem. Right. You know? And people are starting to wake up. They're not falling for the okie doke no more. This is why they're you know, focusing on the children, to get them programmed the way they want they want them to believe, so that when they get older, you know, they won't have a problem like they have right now. Because the older generations, they're not falling for this shit no more. But the younger generations, they're totally bugged out. GMOs, I mean, stuck in their phones, stuck on these video games, and stuck in virtual reality. Right. You know? I got something for you. Yeah. Nahum 3:19. There is no healing. It's in the NLT. There is no healing for your wound. Your injury is fatal. All who hear of your destruction will clap their hands for joy. Where can anyone be found who has not suffered from your continual cruelty? Yeah, and that's what you've done. It's been a continual stroke that you've laid upon the people. Right. You know, the Israelites, first and foremost, and all these different nations. These different nations in these different countries are suffering because you went over there and you deceived their leaders, gave them all kind of goodies, you know, and then promised all different type of aid to them, which you sent to them, but then you funneled back out through your different organizations that were allowed to go there, your different businesses and organizations that you set up there, you know, and they took that money and funneled it right back out of the country and took over those regions of lands and their resources. Halliburton shows up. Yeah. They start a false flag war. Everything gets destroyed. Then Halliburton shows up, and pretty much the resources of that land are no longer in the control of the people that lived there. Yeah. And it's a puppet leader who lives there. And then all of the corporations, not only do they represent evil, they poison the land. Yep. You know, the food. Yep, the food. The people, you know, the air, the water. Yeah. Anything that has to do with, and we were going for a walk earlier, and we were talking about different things, you know, negative ions and all this, and how everything you need, the Lord created it. You know, but these devils turn everything upside down. You know, everything you need, like if you need to go outside to balance yourself, come out in nature, you know, you breathe in the air, you walk, you know, around the trees or whatever the case may be, and you get a certain vibration and certain, you know, elements from the air that enter into your system to help you. But what these devils do is they destroy all of that.
you know,
Right.
to where nothing is holy anymore. You can't, you know, you have to, when you go back to the scriptures, men and women, they ate and they were satisfied and they were good. Now you got to go and get supplements. And those supplements that you get have all kind of additives into it that are messing you up more, you know? So
Right.
it's just hell.
I got a quick one.
Okay, bring it up.
Psalms 139 and 14 NLT. Thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. Your workmanship is marvelous. How well do I know it?
Beautiful. And that's true because the human body is a complex machine. You know, the brain, the digestive system, the immune system, everything works beautiful. And it's connected to the earth. This is why we're supposed to really not be wearing shoes and be actually barefoot, you know, grounding ourselves to the earth. You know, because that gives you, that charges your body, just like you charge your phone up at the end of the day when you use it up and you need you know, juice on it. That's the same way the body does.
Right.
You know, and then the food that you eat from the earth, it helps revitalize you. You know, it helps restore you. You know, like the term restaurant, you hear Elder Pastor speak about it all the time. You go to a restaurant to what? To restore. You know, and that's what food is supposed to do. But this food does the total opposite. You know, it makes you fall asleep. It doesn't reinvigorate you. It doesn't, you know, even when you eat healthier, you still don't feel the energy that you should feel because everything is nutrient deficient. You know, that's what the Lord said, we shall eat our bread defiled among the Gentiles.
Right. Right. I got a precept. This is Sirach 38. Sirach 38 and 4. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth.
Beautiful.
And he that is wise will not abhor them.
Right. Medicines out of the earth. You have your plants, your herbs. Look, don't you know that there's trees out there? You could scrape the bark off of it. You know, and that bark, you can make a tea out of it, or you could scrape some on your food, or whatever, however you take it. And it reinvigorates the body once again. You know, it cleanses you. That's why you have berries that have antioxidants in them.
Right.
You know, you have different fruits and things that are great for the body.
Yep.
But now these devils, they'll take it and they'll repackage it and then chop it up and destroy the benefits out of it and give it back to you, and then you'll take it. You'll be like, this shit don't work. Yeah,
Right.
because it's been irradiated. You know, it's no good anymore.
Right.
You know, but these are the same people that claim to be the people of the Most High that are supposed to be establishing righteousness on the earth, and they're not.
Right. Yep. Sirach 39 and 26. Because basically what he's doing in the earth is disrupting the process of life.
Right.
So when he you know, pollutes the seed, when he you know, re-engineers the genetics of a grape or a strawberry or the earth, period, the things that the Heavenly Father created in the earth were made for man to flourish.
Right.
When you change those things up, then you're changing the people.
Right.
All right? Trying to create them in your image, man. Throw them off.
Yeah. And what that does, it destroys the human body.
Right.
You know, it sets the body in a to fight itself.
Right.
That's why you have so many autoimmune diseases out here.
Right.
You know, because you're eating shit that don't belong in the body. And you know, you got the, you know, and what the body does is whatever it can't use, you know, whatever you eat that the body doesn't recognize, it stores as fat for energy later. That's the only thing it could do. It doesn't recognize it, but it recognizes greens, it recognizes fruit, it recognizes, you know, different foods that it can benefit from, but it doesn't recognize that processed shit that you eat. You know, that pop and candy and all that stuff.
Right. So you need supplements.
Right.
We weren't intended. The body wasn't intended to take pills.
Right.
And things and vitamins in order to have what you need to feel better. It's all in the earth.
That you could get naturally off the earth. Yeah.
Right. Right. This is Sirach 39 and 26. The principal things for the whole life. Or it says the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned unto evil.
Right. Why? Because they take it and they destroy it. They manipulate it, destroy it, you know, and then they charge you an arm and a leg to eat better, but even that shit is tainted.
Right. Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So you got anything else?
Nah, whatever
All right.
you want.
So let's go to dealing with these rats.
Right.
Oh. Let's hit that real quick. The Deuteronomy 32, and then we just after that we'll see where the Spirit leads. If not, we'll just wrap it up because it's getting a little dark.
Getting a little dark. You know what I'm saying? Deuteronomy 32 and 26. And I said I would scatter them into the corners.
Oh yeah, because you got these devils like vocab saying, it never says that that the Israelites will lose their identity. Well, what about Proverbs? I'm sorry, not Proverbs. Deuteronomy 28, where it says you shall be called a proverb in the byword, an astonishment. That means that you would not be called by your name.
Not recognized.
And then it also says that we would not be recognized among the nations. We would not be reckoned. We would not be counted among them. So if we're not going to be counted among them, then that means that they don't recognize us, as being the people of the Most High. Go ahead.
Right. Deuteronomy 32 and 26. And I said I would scatter them into the corners. I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men.
And that happened. And who did that? You so-called white people did that, okay?
Right.
Inside joke. But you Edomites did that.
Yep.
You and the nations, y'all got together and y'all contrived this conspiracy, to stop us from being an actual nation, because that once we come back into power, you're in trouble.
Right.
But even though the nations know that once we get back in power, they're going to be all right. But you devils, that is the greatest threat. The greatest threat to your New World Order is the truth of who the Israelites are.
Right.
And begins with the so-called Negroes, which are the tribe of Judah.
Right.
That is the biggest threat, and this is why you come at them the hardest. Because that they being the head tribe, that is the problem. That you don't want to happen. You don't want Judah to come back into power. You don't want Jake to wake up. This is why the main people you target is Jake. They clone Tyrone. I mean, yeah, the other tribes, they get a bad mouthed and all that, but the so-called Negroes, the tribe of Judah, they get bashed the worst. They get bashed the worst.
Right.
You got it.
Right. Were it not that I feared the wrath of the enemy?
Right. Were it not that I feared the wrath of the enemy. Who's the enemy? Esau is our main enemy. Go ahead.
Lest their adversaries should behave themselves strangely.
Right. At least their adversaries should behave themselves strangely, meaning what? That they would behave themselves in a manner that doesn't belong to them, strangely. And how is that? By assimilating our culture, our nationality, our ways. This is why even Eustace Mullins, which was a historian, passed away. I forget what year that was when he passed away. It was a few years back. I don't really remember exactly what year, 2009 or maybe no, it was actually later than that. He even called you a bunch of Turco-Edomites. He understood that through the history that you are Turco-Edomites, but you're trying to pass that that Edomite label on everybody else but yourself. You either say that the Edomites been done away with, or you push that off on somebody else. Oh, it's the Arabs, they did it. Oh no, the Palestinians, they're Amalekites. No,
right.
You are the Amalekites. You are the Edomites. You are Esau.
Right.
But
then I thought that it was the Edomites were done away with. The Edomites were done away with, but now Netanyahu gets to use that term Amalek as a reason why he's trying to obliterate those people out of the land.
Yeah. So make up your mind. Are they done away with, or are there somebody else?
Yep.
And then the crazy thing about it, even when you go to the Blue Letter Bible, you look up the name Esau, and it says the Arab people.
Yeah.
But then you go to Ishmael, descendants of the Arab people.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're both?
Right, so which one is it? They can't be both. They got to be one or the other. Goddamn devil worshippers.
Right, and these are the things that are being brought out and cut and put to rest through this truth coming out.
Yeah.
That he's really not the children of the Most High. He's the biblical Edomites.
Yeah.
Through his pseudoscience, he's been able to push narratives about who people were that control the reality for people.
Right.
People look at these lies. Leasing now is at hand, as it says in the book of Sirach or Second Esdras. Leasing means lies. All of these, all philosophies run the minds of the people. So who we are as Israelites has been wiped out of the earth through Esau's lies. That 3 days and a half.
Yeah.
Man, what did they do? They got rich. They clapped their hands and they got rich off of the ignorance of the Israelites.
Oh yeah.
You know?
But then when the Israelites started waking up and telling them and cursing them out, righteous man standing in great boldness, then they started getting nervous. So now they got to run and try to, you know, undo what has already been done, but you can't.
Right.
You know, it's too late.
Right.
Let's go to Psalms 83. That was the end of that verse, right? 27.
Yeah,
Psalms 83 and 3. You know, because you and the nations, especially you being at the head, Esau, you know, you have been the main culprit, you know, in, you know, destroying us as a people, you know, making us to forget who we were, you know, and this is why you attack the young generation, you know, the babies, you know, to infect their mind with your bullshit, so that because you know the scriptures. The scriptures say that train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he shall not depart from it. You know, and that's what you've done. You know, and you're infecting their minds at a young age so that they can be warped like you are. You know, but you don't need to worry because the truth is already out, no matter what.
Right.
You got it.
Psalms 83 and 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thine hidden ones.
Yeah. And who is that? The Israelites, especially Judah, the tribe of Judah, the so-called Negroes. You know, look, that is the greatest threat to the New World Order, and that is the greatest threat to you Edomites. You know, and this is why, like I said, through the Spirit, this is why you have, you know, it's all-out war on the tribe of Judah from you devils. You know, and you other nations. Right. You got it.
Right. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. And it said thy hidden ones. Right. Meaning who the Israelites were will be hidden in the earth.
That's right.
It wouldn't be a popular, the true Israelites, it wouldn't be a popular, as the brother posted earlier, in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people.
Beautiful.
There shall it be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. And that's being fulfilled now.
So if it said that you are not my people, who are the Most High's people?
Right.
The Israelites. So if they were not called the Most High's people, what were they called?
Right.
I mean, there's all kind of scriptures that cut that bullshit. You know, it doesn't say that they would lose. You know, that word heritage means land. Yeah, it means land, but it also means your culture, your language, your identity. You know,
what do you do with the land? There's a particular way you run the land.
Yep.
Based upon a culture.
Right.
The law, statutes, and commandments give us laws on how to deal with the land. Yeah. Or not to mingle the seed. So yeah, the heritage is the land, but there was a way that we were supposed to live in that land.
That's right. And then you have
discontinued.
And then you have an inheritance.
Right.
An inheritance would pass to who? Your descendants.
Right.
You know? And the descendants, now they're dealing with the land itself. Land, it was against the law for land to be passed from one tribe to another.
Right.
So here it is, you can't pass land from one tribe to another, but the heathen can have it.
Right.
Remove not the ancient landmarks, which our fathers have set. So the Lord set that up. And the Lord set up, you know, the way it should be. That's why the sons and the sons' sons would continue on the legacy and the inheritance of that particular tribe. That's why if a man had nothing but daughters, the women could marry whoever they wanted, but they had to marry within their tribe.
Right.
So that inheritance wouldn't go to another tribe. You see? Because that will steal away from the inheritance of that particular tribe.
Right.
But you can't do that, but you can give it to the other nations.
Yeah, just give it to the heathen.
You know? But this, do you know who did that? You so-called white people did that, okay? Inside joke, but true, you Edomites did that. You know, you pushed that narrative upon the world. When you took over the world and you deceived the whole world and blasphemed the whole world, you know, you told the people that this is your truth, which is a goddamn lie.
Right. Edomite supremacy. They call it
That's
white,
it.
But it's really, this system is Edomite supremacy. Even these people talk about anti-Sim, they don't care about the God of the Bible. They're really fighting for the supremacy of the rulers,
right,
to continue.
That's right.
That's really all. It's really, that's what it's all about. Even what they're doing over in that land with those Stinians. Yeah. It's based upon their racial superiority and the fact that really this land belongs to me.
Right.
I'm the chosen people.
Right. And they bombing the hell out those people. And guess what? When those lands are built up, guess who's going to go in there? The corporations of America go in there and fix it up, clean it up. You know, because they're trying to bring in that pipeline.
Right.
Ben Gurion, you know. So, hey.
Yep. It says they have, Psalms 83:4, they have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Right, no more remembrance. Why? Because one of the things the Lord said is we would not be reckoned among the nations. We would not be counted among them. We would not be recognized. You know, out of all the people on the planet, everybody else is recognized except for us. You know, and then you'll say, well, you have the UN, they'll have so-called Latin American rulers or leaders that go there to represent those countries, the certain islands. Yeah, but those people or those rulers that are there or those representatives that are there are pushing the agenda of Esau. They're not pushing the agenda of the indigenous people of those lands.
Right.
And this is why Esau came so hard against Che Guevara, because even though he eventually sold out, but he wanted to be a doctor, you know, and they have something called the Motorcycle Chronicles, because he was from Argentina, and he drove his motorcycle all the way up the coast to the top of, I believe it was to the top of South America. And he said in every city that he went to, he said it was the same situation that he saw. He saw the hardships and the mistreatment and the oppression of the indigenous peoples, you know? And that's why he took up, instead of becoming a doctor, he took up, you know, to become a revolutionary and a mouthpiece for those that didn't have a voice, you know. But eventually he sold out. But the point is, he was sincere in that quest. So those different countries that are represented in the UN are not they're not representing the hardships and the oppressions and the needs of the indigenous peoples of those lands. You know, which are Israelites.
Right.
They're pushing that Edomite supremacy. They're pushing the agenda of some Edomite that happened to get up in there. And those leaders are puppet leaders, because when they go against the grain, guess what? They get rubbed out. And then they get somebody up in there like Honest Abe Honeycutt.
Right.
You know?
Right. Habakkuk 1:10, and they shall scoff at the kings, and the princes shall be a scorn unto them. They shall deride every stronghold and set up their rulership, but they shall heap dust and take it.
Right. Because at the end of the day, this is what they do. You know, they get up in there. You have something called the economic hitman.
There you go.
Economic hitman will come into a country, offer them money, the ruler's money, and if the ruler doesn't take the money, if he said, no, I'm really for my people, I'm here, you know, to build them up, you know, because I really care about them, then they send the real hitman in. You know, the goon squad. Take you out, and then guess what? They set up another leader that has been groomed into the ways of the ones that set them up, which are the Edomites.
Right, to forward their supremacy, their agenda, and they win.
That's it.
And they go throughout the four corners of the earth doing this. But did you want anything else?
No, I mean that's pretty much the point, you know. So whatever, you know, whatever you got, if you got, you know, you got something to bring it out.
To just finish it here, Revelation 20:7, and when 1,000 years were expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison.
Yep.
And that's the dark ages. From the dark ages leading into the Renaissance period, this is where Esau has had his little season. From the Renaissance period until now, that's been that little season, and he's been Satan, the children of Satan, have been loosed out of that captivity that they were in. And from that point till now, they've gone about to reestablish Rome in the earth.
Right. And then after this, after that short period, then that's when all these calamities will be happening. And the Most High, which they call it in the Revelation, the White Throne Judgment. You know, the Most High is going to judge, you know, the people on the earth for what they've done. And then after that's all said and done, and the judgment comes, and the destruction comes, and the lake of fire, which is America on fire, then the next 1,000-year rulership is coming with Yahawashi.
Right, right.
So when you read in Revelation 20, really it should be read from Revelation 20, verse 1 to 3, jump to verse 7, all the way down to the end, then jump back up to the 4th verse to the 6th verse. Right. And that's the order that it's in. But it's just jumbled up like that because it's a mystery. Right. At one time it was a mystery. Right, right. And this is why you even have these Israelites that call themselves Israelites, that know that they're Israelites, getting confused or deceiving with that lie. That once the kingdom of heaven the ones that are with Yahawashi ruled for 1,000 years, the Esau gonna get back in power.
Right.
Bullshit.
Right.
Yeah,
and once he got out of his prison, his goal, what he did, it says, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, and that's what he's done.
That's it.
You know, the dude from the Renaissance till now, he spread nothing but lies.
Yeah.
He reestablished a wicked philosophy in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, that's why you go when you research frescoes and icons. You know, you're gonna see a lot of dark icons. You have a place called Dura Europa. Right. You go to Dura Europa, they have a painting on the wall of Moses and Aaron, and they show you that they're so-called Negroes with woolly hair, curly hair. Which
now Esau say he got woolly hair.
Right, now they're saying that that woolly hair is non-black hair. You know, it has nothing to do with black people's hair. Black people it has nothing to do with the Afro texture. Right. It's a different woolly hair. Right. You know, and then they show pictures of people that have, which the brother Yashalom from the New York camp sent it to me. No, they have the Danish people, I believe it said there was, you know, they had the woolly hair. And none of them were ever mingled with African blood or whatever, however the hell they put it, which is total bullshit. But you see, whenever you speak about something, Esau becomes an expert at it.
Yeah.
You know, nobody was speaking about the Edomites or Esau. Right. Now everybody and their mama is an expert in Esau and the Edomites. Right. Nobody was speaking about the Lord having woolly hair, the Most High having woolly hair. Right. Now all of a sudden, these devils are coming with a different narrative of what wool hair is.
Let's read it real quick.
And even when you go, there's this one dictionary that a brother brought to me, a Simeonite brother. He brought me the definition in Spanish, and the definition was for the word lana, L-A-N-A, and the word lana is the Spanish way of saying wool. And even in the definition, it says pelo de los negros, which is the hair of blacks. You know, and I got that somewhere. You got it.
This is Esau, woolly hair.
That's from Wikipedia, I believe, right?
Wikipedia, yep. It says woolly hair is a difficult to brush hair, usually present since birth and typically most severe in childhood. Like
it's a disease.
Yeah.
God damn.
It has extreme curls and kinks and occurs in non-black people and is extinct from Afro-textured hair.
Yeah, this bullshit. Now show it on the camera. Okay. See if they can see it.
Yeah.
There you go. And then if you go up if you go down, you'll see the hair. They'll give you pictures of the hair.
Yeah. So like now that belongs to Edomites.
Yeah, it's a disease. You know, and especially in childhood. And then what was the other one that he gave me? There was another one that I think I sent you. Yeah.
Picture.
Yeah, and then that one, that's the one they say is the Danish people or some shit like that. But don't worry about it, you know.
Yeah.
You know, but it's terrible, man. It's terrible. Esau you're terrible, man.
Which these could be Jakes.
Yeah. You know, but they're saying that they're not mixed with anybody. They say that that's where the woolly hair. Now you see some of them, they do got woolly hair.
Right.
But you had Jakes all throughout Europe.
Yeah.
That left their seed there. You know, and you see that today with these different basketball players and Jake men that have had Edomite women that they had sex with, you know, and left their seed in them, and you had, you know, babies come out looking like Edomites.
Right. Right.
You know, you can see that they got kinky hair.
Right. Yep.
You know, but Jake got the original wool.
Right. Well, I have a 1894 dictionary. It says wool. It says the soft curled hair of sheep and other animals, closely curled hair of Negroes.
Beautiful. There you go. Matter of fact, you get a chance, you gotta send me that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can send that to Yashalom, because I know he probably gonna do something on it.
Yeah.
You know, did you have anything else you wanted to bring out?
No.
All right, so with that, you know, pretty much it's been the enemy acting strangely because they pretty much assimilated us. But the thing is that they're not us, and they can't be us, and they can't be righteous.
Right.
Because they are the wicked.
Yeah.
You know? And everything is coming out to the light, man. You know, the Lord is exposing you devils left and right. You know, and it's just a matter of time before the Lord destroys you, you know, and shows the world. Because at the end of the day, the truth is going to prevail.
Yep. Nothing
you could do to stop it. The truth is going to prevail. It's already out. The cat's already out the bag, you know, and there's nothing you could do to stop it. You know, so you want to say anything else? All right, so with that, you know, we'd like to give all praises to Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem, Rawchaa, Qadash. You know, we pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. Till the next time we say, Shalom.